All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining this week's meeting for SIG Windows. Before I started the recording, I mentioned that Michael's not able to make it today, so I'll be doing the recording and driving the meeting. So anyway, we're in code slush approaching code freeze for 1.10. So I think the first thing I wanted to start off with was if anybody had any open PRs or anything that needed to be tracked there. So I know that there was one that Alan was working on relating to the service control managers. It looks like Robert put one in regarding the docs recently. So I guess, do you want to start, Alan?
Yeah, I made all the changes required and I addressed all the review comments, so it should be all good. The tests are passing, but the only thing I'm afraid, I think that it's missing the 1.10 label.
Okay.
I see that it got removed like yesterday, and I'm not sure if it is gonna merge also in 1.10 or not.
Okay. And do you know if Michael can add that label back on, or do we need to get someone from SIGNode to do it?
No, I'm not sure. I don't know about that.
Okay. Okay. I'll try to ping some people after this on that. Robert, did you have one?
Yeah, got my docs PR merged last week for the getting started updates.
Okay, excellent.
And Bob brought it up that asking whether or not it got over onto the release branch. And I hadn't checked yet, but I expect it to be fast forwarded from master onto the release branch.
Okay. And do you have that PR number handy?
Not yet, but I can get it.
Hold on, I was looking at the card here.
7535.
Okay, 7535. Okay. Did anybody else have any outstanding PRs that they wanted to talk about? It looks like the one for the Windows resources 59333 was merged. And I'm just checking the tags. Why doesn't it say 1.10 on it? It's just merged into master 7 days ago. Okay, yeah, never mind. The milestone is set to 1.10. So that's the one that Pengfei was working on. Lost my chat window there. Okay, so that one's merged. Then the one for the Hyper-V flag, that was merged. So I guess the only thing remaining on those is that if for those new update parameters, we just need to make sure that the documentation's updated accordingly. So I guess that should be our next priority there for the 1.10 work. Then the Calico and Flannel stuff is not in the Kubernetes master repo. That's out of tree, so we don't need to check those. Did anybody have any other items that need to be merged? Let's see. Hey, Alessandro and Adelina, did you have anything that was coming in for 110?
Hey, sorry, I just managed to join, so I don't know if you talked already about the tests and similar topics.
No. I was just checking the PRs first to make sure that we had everything on track there.
There is the one from Adelina for the for the registry and in KK testing, no?
Yeah, so I need to look at that one. Is Adelina here? Should we go ahead and move and talk about the testing now?
She said that she was maybe joining, maybe leaving a little bit earlier, but I think she should be here right now. Let me ping her.
Okay. So while we're waiting on that, did anybody have anything else on the agenda today? Okay. So what we want to talk about for the Windows tests, I just added a link to the Trello board there. That's for the Windows Node EDE tests. And we're waiting on Adelina because she had an update there. But there is a link that she provided that currently has a list of all of the compliance tests and what their current status is in terms of running on Windows. And then she's driving some other investigations there along with Claudio as well. So we'll wait just a second to see if Alessandra's able to find her or not.
She's not replying right now, but as I was mentioning before, she said that she was anyway most probably dropping a little bit earlier from the meeting.
Okay.
While Claudio is here, so we are currently looking if we find actually that PR link.
Okay. And if anyone wanted to see the list of the test cases, I have it linked from the Trello board there. Could someone check and confirm that they can access that? Oh, never mind. I see a bunch of people looking at it now. So I think that means yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't have the link to the pull request. I'm looking for it. Maybe I can find it on a repository.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you can email that to me or ping me on Slack, I can work on double checking that later today.
Yeah. Also, we should add a Trello card actually specifically for that item. Thank you.
Okay, and that was. I'll go and add the placeholder right now on 1.10, hoping that we can get that minor change in. If not, we can move to 1.11. But that was basically setting registry to pull the test images from.
Yes, correct. That was the one.
Yeah. And so the issue here is that the compliance tests had a hard-coded image, name, and registry, and we need the ability to be able to set that.
Yes, correct. The main idea is that since all those tests were always Linux only until now,
Yeah.
there is basically a hard-coded list of images, and of course there is also a single registry set from where they get pulled from.
Okay. And just for some background here, so on Linux, most of the commands that are run in these tests are just simple stuff like ls and echo. In order to make these pass on Windows, back when John Howard was working on porting Docker to Windows, he ran into a similar set of problems of what was needed for the Docker continuous integration tests, and he's built a container image that actually has a Windows build BusyBox in there, and so we're updating that same image to be able to work as a stand-in for the Linux containers that are used in a lot of these compliance tests. And so if you look at the doc linked from Trello there, the current pass rate is up to, I think it was 58 out of 140 tests, which is pretty good at this stage in the game. It was failing, it was only passing like 38 or 40 tests. Putting in the BusyBox image bumped that up to 60. So we're continuing to make good progress there. But Adelina, Claudio, and others are hard at work on that. So you could track it in that doc. And those tests are currently being run on Azure today. So one of the next things they're working on is updating the kube test stuff, so that way they'll be able to bring up a Windows-based cluster on Azure, and then go ahead and hook up the test harness and run those tests through there. Did you have anything else you wanted to add on that, Alessandro or Claudio?
I included the pull request sent by Adelina. I managed to find it.
Might be worth mentioning that we had some good progress on the kube test integration for ACS Engine, actually for ACS right now, and ACS Engine to come pretty soon. So we should be able to start integrating into PRAO not too far into the future.
Okay, excellent. Okay. Did anybody have anything else? I saw Cindy joined. Did you have anything? Or Robert?
No, thanks, Patrick. I'm good.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's it today. Thanks everyone, and glad to see good progress coming in here as we finish out 1.10. So have a great rest of your day.
Cool. Thanks, Patrick.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.